Hello everybody, it's No King's Day. We're celebrating No King's Day today. We're celebrating our voices being powerful and strong against the attempted authoritarian takeover of the United States of America. I want you to know, as your resident psychic, as your psychic friend, that what I pick up from Donald Trump is he's terrified, and I'm not really sure why. So I'll do a pop-up later today, like tonight. I want to start with a 2-minute time of just getting silent. I'm going to have a 2-minute Himalayan sound bowl playing. So for 2 minutes, I think we can all take 2 minutes to send our white light protection to all of the protests all over the United States of America. The light outshines and obliterates the darkness. So let's do that. Just make sure that you won't be disturbed or interrupted for 2 minutes. Okay, I have my little American flag heart with Archangel Michael right here. I'm going to wear this all day. And I will pop in on a protest in Salem. Okay, so let's take a long, slow, deep breath in. Eyes closed for 2 minutes. Hold it at the top and a longer breath out. A long, slow, deep breath in. Hold it as long as you can. And a longer breath out. You can continue to do that if you like. Bringing yourself to a sense of being exceedingly peaceful. Imagine a beautiful golden protective light, a loving, healing, balancing, neutralizing light spreading out over this entire nation. And feel the energy, the willingness, the courage, the determination, the joy, the coming together of American people from all walks of life, united in a common bond of freedom from suppression, freedom from tyranny, freedom from fascism, freedom from authoritarianism, and freedom from this evil, illicit regime of evil. Let us focus on our breath. As we send this energy out. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for joining me in that little meditation. I think today is going to be exceedingly powerful. I encourage every single one of us to jump onto the joy train. I saw a video of people in LA line dancing. That's not a violent protest with people breaking up the concrete streets and throwing bricks through the windows. If anything like that happens, that's instigators that are MAGA. So let's read from Ernest Holmes today. Let's remember that so many generations have been through similar challenges. They're not all exactly the same, obviously. And also, I just want to say that to me, from my perspective, this 250th year anniversary time that we're in of the founding of this nation and the defeat against tyranny, the defeating tyranny, the rising up against tyranny. And it's almost like to commemorate that, to honor that, we're fighting for our freedom. When we fight, we win. Let's hear what Ernest Holmes has to say. He lived during very tumultuous times and the world made it through. I like this. Daily we die to everything that is unlike good. The Talmud says that unhappy conditions arise when we mistake shadow for substance. Even the valley of the shadow of death causes no fear when we arrive at the consciousness of the psalmist who, from the exultation of his divine deliverance, proclaimed, "Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." The rod and staff of truth is a realization of the substantiality and the permanence of that which cannot change. We are ever renewed by the passage of the divine light through our consciousness. The revitalizing, regenerative power of spirit flows from the consciousness of wholeness into our physical organism and into every objective act when we give the realization of the divine presence free passage through our thought. We know that every apparent death is a resurrection. Therefore today, gladly we die to everything that is unlike the good. Joyfully, we are resurrected into that which is beautiful, enduring, and true. Silently, we pass from less to more, from isolation to inclusion. That's what these rallies are about. From isolation to inclusion, from separation into oneness. The perfect law of good is operating through us. Joyfully we accept it. Joyfully we permit its action in everything that we do. We know that our recognition of good is the substance of the good which we recognize. And we know that this good is ever taking form in our experience. It is impossible for us to be separated from our good. I challenge us all to look at this time that we're in as an opportunity for joy. Sorry, move my iPad here. It's an opportunity to join with others and to joy. All of a sudden, I got flooded with light. That's interesting. All right. So, we'll stay in touch throughout the day. Don't worry about anything. Don't put your focus on things that are scary. Do what I do. I mentioned this last night. What I do when I see headlines and stories on YouTube that I don't like. It's so weird. I feel like I invoked the light with that Ernest Holmes reading. I click on not interested. Even if it's a YouTube channel that I like to listen to frequently. I just hit not interested when it says fascism takes over, like that. So, let's listen to our forecast from Kathy Beal, EmpowermentUnlimited.net for today.
This is Kathy Beal of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for June 14th, 2025. This is a day for being with lots of other people, for feeding the future, whatever you envision that being, for collective action, for hanging out with your friends. Yes, the theme from Jaws is playing in the background, and it gets louder as the day goes on. So be aware, be careful, pick your battles. There are sticks of dynamite planted throughout reality that could detonate in very unexpected ways tomorrow, which could break you out of situations that you will be very glad to leave. That's all for now.
It feels like a turning point for sure. So tomorrow we'll see what happens with the end result of this day. I'm optimistic. I am. It doesn't even make sense. I'm just going with that. I'm optimistic. I feel like our founding fathers, the energy of their spirits are with us today. And if they were alive today, maybe many have incarnated. If they were alive today, they would be cheering us on. They would be leading the protests. So, because that's what they were. They were protesters and they won. And they shouldn't have won. Everything was stacked against them. The revolutionary soldiers. Everything was stacked against them. George Washington should have never been able to do what he did. Democracy was founded on divine principles. No matter how imperfect we've been in upholding them, this is our opportunity to strengthen them. 3 cards for today. I'm astounded by the light. Okay. 3rd day in a row I have the Sorrow card. There are no coincidences. 3rd day in a row I have the Sorrow card. This country is in grief, like a disaster, like a catastrophe, like an attack. We're under attack. Our morality is what we have to stand up for. Remember when you're out there at those protests, the entire world is watching. Remember, Pope Leo is live streaming a mass in Chicago, so check that out. We're experiencing a turning point for not only our morality, but the continuation of human life on this planet. So the Sorrow card 3 days in a row has come up. We're a nation in mourning, but in other times in our history, a nation in mourning rallies literally and comes back stronger. Comes back as a better, stronger nation. During times of great crisis, our hearts get busted open and we show who we really are, and we help one another and we care for one another. And these times are really showing us our spiritual selves. And with the number of people going out to protest today, there is nothing that we cannot do. Donald Trump is shaking in his boots. I'm not sure why, but maybe as things unfold today, we'll find out more. So continue to pray, continue to hold hands, link arms, and be together. And I'll see you really soon. Safety and potency to all. All right, we'll see you. Namaste.